a few minutes. What do you guys think about? I mean, how do you go about? What is your sort of decision making process? Let's say you're going to sell, and you're going to sell. So whether or not you did the renovations that you should have done, could have, should have, would have, that's all past, whatever. So what renovations do you do right now that are going to presumably give you sort of a good return on investment? Is it kind of stick to the cosmetic stuff? I mean, is it stick to the structure? Okay, Scott says, no, Scott, what's your general advice on this? What would you do?
All right, so here's what I tell people. First of all, buyers buy based on emotion. A lot of times, the cleaner and shinier and fluffier it looks, the better you're going to do. But I tell you three things: health and safety issues you got to address. Those are deal killers. Repair items are deal killers as well, because when buyers come through, they're looking for excuses not to buy. Oh, that's broken. What else is broken that's hidden that I'm not seeing? So you clean those things up, and the last that you do is the cosmetics. But that's where we come in, and I strategize. I'm doing that with three people right now. I've come in, I looked at everything. All right, health and safety first, repair items here, and then okay, are we doing anything on the cosmetic side? What are we doing, and what's it going to yield out of the end, and is it worth the investment and the time and energy? And it's all about showing you the numbers at that point. And then there's a pain threshold, right? How much work and things are you willing to do, and at what point are you willing to leave money on the table because you just don't want to go there? You want to move on with your life.
Yeah, that's a really simple rule of thumb, though, right? Health and safety issues first, get that out of the way, and then stuff that needs to be repaired. Great question, because that's right. People want to have an excuse to say no. Dylan, you want to add anything to that?
Wrong button there.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
so buyer psyche stuff, right? Like Scott's talking about, if one of your switches doesn't work, get that fixed, because then they're going to think, is there something wrong with the electrical in the whole house, right? It could be a very minor little thing that has a bigger impact. And on the flip side of that, you could spend 20 grand redoing your whole bathroom, and then if the toilet runs during the inspection, they're going to think like, what was this shoddy work that was done in the whole bathroom? So it's like it's the details and those small things that have a big impact on a buyer psyche. So you really want to pay more attention to that than like the big picture stuff, because that's where people dig in, they get hung up on stuff. Nobody focuses on the beautiful new renovation. They focus on the little tiny thing that doesn't work or isn't right.
Excellent, Scott. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll give you two examples of that. I brought a listing on in Hawaii Kai earlier this year, and it had rained that night, and the sprinkler system had gone on in the yard, and there was a collection of water in this little planter area, and a buyer came through and they said, "Oh, is the water pipe busted? Is it getting under the slab? Am I going to have slab movement on the home? How long has this been going on? How bad is this going to get?" And it was like, wow. And I had another person in a Kahala home that came through, and they saw one little, the drywall tape was coming undone a little bit. And they ran that all the way into the mindset of, oh my God, the structure on the property is becoming an issue. I always tell people 99% of what I do is psychiatry. 1% of it's real estate. I can do the real estate in my sleep. I've been doing it so long. And because I do the construction side, I know how things are built, right? Which allows me to come in with some expertise and point you to the right people. But those are the kind of discussions that go on. I mean, staging, for one thing, yes, it gives perspective to a room, but it also takes the buyer's eye away from the imperfections and gives them something else to look at.
Man, I love the psychologist, or the counselor mode. Dylan, Norm agrees, and we're told don't do big items like flooring for the exact reason Dylan mentioned. Exactly, yeah, don't, because someone's going to rip it out unless it's a health and safety, or unless it's if there's a hairline crack. It's unless there's a hairline crack in the flooring, which could indicate God knows what's going on. But yeah. Excellent. All right. Hey, this is great stuff.